Alright everybody, welcome back. This is another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmore, and this is F91 with some other Chinese characters that I don't know. I'm going to assume that also says F91. I don't know what it says. Usually I check that out ahead of time, but not today. And his opponent, this is Dutchy playing Celestial. And as you can see, the Celestial meta right now is to open with an extra arc ship, so you can rapidly produce prisms like we're seeing here. He's already saturated on one base and half saturated on the other, whereas the Fiend Scouts are out, and this is also a new meta that has been emerging. Is you split that first brute, you put it into Fiends. Fiends can be very punishing. And here they are trying to get a prism. They do get a prism. The other thing is prisms can be very punishing. So prisms now can attack. They can be a good defense against this early fiends. And these fiends actually both got away and are able to go to the wellspring so they can heal up. And now we have a third arc ship actually. And our first creation chamber coming out of Dutchy. Whereas F91 also trying to saturate the second base. Not quite as many workers there yet. We're almost fully saturated here for Dutchy. Should tell us. Oh, there we go. 15 workers, so we're oversaturated here. Second vault going down for F91, and I'm ooh, interesting ritual chamber. I thought it might be a Hellforge, but it's a ritual chamber instead. Of course, Hellforge will give you your upgrades to your roots and your vaults. We're now up to 4 fiends here, but again, the probes just turn. They're not probes, they're prisms. They just turn and fight, and that's good enough. Fiends have some pretty good DPS. Out pops an Argent. Argent plus 4 prisms. Also just sending those 4 down to Mind Therium, but they were also the defensive prisms for now. And a ton of prisms working on the Therium now. Not on the main base. They don't have to pick up anywhere, so you can mine Therium anywhere. The Fiends of F91 are once again healing up, so
Dimensional rift
I like
detected. A Stormgate will
how he's
activate
preserved
soon.
these units. First Stormgate's going to be up soon. Dutchy has been very economically focused here, although it does have rollout for Kree coming up as well as a few Kree. And it looks like it's Reaper's Rush. I should lie, that's maybe the new upgrade, the curse upgrade. They brought Plague Axes back, and I can't remember what it's called now. But that means F91 easily captures the first Stormgate. The Fiends help with the DPS, and a Faerun pops. Faerun considered one of the best units in Tier 1 from the Stormgate, but she got nerfed recently. And I'm not sure if she's going to be enough, although Kree come here, get on top, trying to kill the... Wow, okay, I don't like them running around like that. They do get the Faerun, but they took a lot of extra shots chasing her around. They still managed to clean up the Gaunts, and that means the Kree might win the day here. First couple Kree going down. See them exploding and doing their extra damage. And this little push here from F91 is defended by Dutchy. And the Faerun there was taken out, so any benefit from that initial Stormgate is gone. And now we have Kree rolling in. They're trying to ignore the gremlins, get on top of the imps. And they are going to get a few imp kills here. And it looks like the units are focusing on the imps, not so much worried about the brutes and gaunts. Argent's in the back here, killing gremlins for now. That looked like a pretty good defend from F91. Dutchy's gonna go hang out in the wellspring. This is gonna be good for him. A few of his units are low, so they'll be healing up while they're fighting. This Argent's gonna get away while the Kree just say, hey, maybe I'll sacrifice myself. This one's gonna try and scoot home. Looks like it's going to make it. Phantoms in chase. Now remember, Phantoms are temporary units that will eventually die. Heads back to the Gracelight nodes where they are able to get some healing rays. And now there's going to be another battle. Again, he rolls his Kree out to try and get them on top of the Gaunts. If they can fight the Gaunts, they're going to win so much quicker. There is a Judicator node here and an Energizer node. The Energizer node will help keep the Gracelight node and the Judicator node full of energy. I think there's some kind of pattern you need to do when you're playing Celestial here where you should be pairing your energy nodes up with your other nodes. F91's headed back to the Wellspring where he spent a lot of this game. But we got Kree heading over here. They're looking for places to go, and there's just no such bases. They're looking for bases, there's no such places. We got an attack going here on the right.
Detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
This is just a skirmish, I think, to keep these units occupied because we've now got Kree going into the main to kill imps. Few units here to come and clean that up, although, is there enough? Is there enough? This battle down here is still going down as well.
Appeared.
So we have a two-pronged attack here. The Kree up here are kind of, I'm guessing, are just on a move. So there we're seeing some micro. And they are doing a pretty good job. They're trying to explode on top of the imps, which they did as well. Meanwhile, there's also this battle still going on. It looks like that's in the favor of Dutchy as well. Even though his Kree got cleaned up in the main. Dodges a Magmadon trample. And going for this Stormgate here. Back comes F91, wanting to contest it. He has some units here, but there's enough Kree that he can't really get that army over here to contest without having to face a big rollout from the Kree. This is the tier 2. What do we got? Void Prowlers. Void Prowlers indeed. Once again, half the Kree roll out to go kill some imps. Void Prowlers here going for some imps as well. And the main army trying to keep the army occupied, whereas half the army had to come and split over here and fight these Kree. The Magmadon will probably close that up. We do have Void Prowlers in the main now going for imps, and they're actually getting a lot of imp kills here. There's a three-way split now from Dutchy's army. The Void Prowlers are staying in the base. Oh, they've killed almost every imp up here. And Dutchy's in a full retreat back to his third or fourth base here. But he's kind of regrouped his army, which means they're going to have no problem taking out these units. Meanwhile, the Void Prowlers are still... Wow, they made a lot of damage here. Dutchy's moving ahead now into double supply. And now this army's moved over here chasing those Void Prowlers. Well, that's giving Dutchy the opening to come in here on the right. Meanwhile, the Void Prowlers once again at it. Oh, this is just so much going on here. Imps going down left and right here. I don't know if there's much that F91's going to be able to do after this. His armory's been pulled back and forth. He has a few imps here hanging out at the Wellspring. Once again, Dutchy's pulled back. Not sure why he's not committing. But F91 is committing, I think, deciding I've lost a lot of my economy. I need to deal some damage. Find some Cabals that are going to be some nice, easy kills here. Although, nice micro from Dutchy to get them into the back. There's a real chaotic battle going at the front here, but there's just a lot more units from Dutchy. As I mentioned, he's at about double supply. Heaven steps on top of the Hellborn. Weaver saves the Hellborn. Don't see that as often. But Gravity Flux on the Weaver and the Magmadon. That means they're going to be easy kills. And still at twice supply, almost at 3 times supply.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
Nice composition, adding the Cabals there. And this small little force from F91 isn't going to be able to do anything.
A Stormgate has appeared.
Gravity flux on the Hellborn to just lock it down while the rest of the units get cleaned up, and that will be GG from F91.